Hey guys, it's Roxanne here, and I am jumping on today because the weekend's coming and I really want you to have time to kind of think about what I'm about to say. I am going to give you 7 tips or 7 strategies that can improve your health. All you have to do is figure out a way to incorporate them into your daily routine. The first one is drink more water. You have to drink water. The reason why you have to drink more water because you can flush out excess toxins. You need to stay hydrated. When you're dehydrated, you can have headaches, you can feel sluggish, you can feel terrible. Once you hydrate your body up, you tend to feel better, but also you are helping flush out those toxins. So if you're having a really hard time drinking water, set your alarm. Every 15 minutes, drink just 3 ounces. Every 15 minutes. Now, of course, if you're going to eat, wait 30 minutes, eat, and then wait 20 minutes after you eat and start it again. But if you do 3 ounces of water every hour, every 15 minutes, then in an hour, that's already 12 ounces. If you do that for 10 hours, that's 120 ounces. I don't expect you to be doing it for 10 hours, but that's how easy it's going to be to get water in. The second thing is we're under a lot of stress, so we tend to make a lot of cortisol when we're stressed. Do deep breathing exercises. It's very easy. You know when you're stressed because you kind of feel shaky or you feel it on the inside. When you start feeling overwhelmed, how you do deep breathing exercises is you breathe in through your nose and hold in for the count of 4, hold it for the count of 4, and then exhale for the count of 4. When you're doing deep breathing exercises, you can't make cortisol. So if you know you're making a lot of cortisol, you know you're stressed out, do deep breathing. 10 times a day, 5 times a day, 2 times a day, and do that breathing in, breathe out, repeat that like 10 times. And then you can leave it alone and maybe do it the next hour or 2 hours or something like that. But deep breathing exercises is going to help mitigate some of that cortisol you might be making. The third thing is just give yourself positive words of affirmation. I am good, because a lot of times we feel defeated. Say if your weight loss is stalling, saying you're putting your weight back on, sometimes we just get really mad at ourselves and we feel defeated. Don't. Just say, this is all a process. I'm not where I'm at yet. I'm not giving up. I will try. You're lucky because maybe you have, great family members. Maybe you have great support. Maybe you have good friends. Find things that you are very thankful for and say them out loud, and because you can remind yourself, sometimes when we kind of get in this rut, we forget about some of the things we're really blessed with. So remind yourself every day about that and get out and move. You don't have to go to a gym. Get out and just walk as much as you can. If you have joint pain, if you have back pain, if it's hard for you to walk, start with 2 minutes. Go down to your, the end of your driveway or to a certain point that might take you 30 seconds to get, and then come back. That's a minute. If that's easy, do that a couple times. But maybe just start with 5 minutes of walking. And then when that becomes easier, after a week or so, go to 7 minutes of walking. And after a week or 2, go to 10. Slowly build up. But moving around is important because it oxygenates the brain. And for those of you who are way past the walking phase, because you go out and walk all the time, then I would tell you to try to start doing resistance exercise, right? So start picking up weight. Because the harder your muscles contract, the more glucose your body's going to use. If you're stalled, if you're having a hard time losing weight, one thing I would do to move forward, start picking up heavier weight. When I say heavier weight than nothing. Meaning you might start with 1 pound or 2 pounds, but slowly build up that resistance exercise, because by doing that, when the muscles contract harder, they're going to use up more glucose, which will propel your progress. When you just walk, your muscles are just kind of contracting. But when you do resistance, they're contracting harder, so they're going to use up more glucose. Another great thing to do is start incorporating turmeric or curcumin in your food, or take the supplement. That is a good anti-inflammatory. Many of you have joint pain. Many of you just ache. That's a great way to take a supplement that's supporting the inflammation. You can also add fish oil to that. But we want to kind of get you off the Tylenol, ibuprofen, those things. It's better to take some healthier nutrients to help with the inflammation. Also take a multivitamin. We've talked about in the past, that we can get toxic, especially people who lose a lot of weight fast. A lot of the toxins dump into our system because toxins are stored in our fat cells. So when you break down fat, because you're losing fat, you're losing weight, all those toxins dump into your system. That's why, one, drinking water is important, but two, you need to be taking a multivitamin because a multivitamin can help your liver, your kidneys, your body get rid of those excess toxins. If you're not taking a multivitamin, chances are you're nutrient deficient somewhere. You're not eating a lot. You're not getting as much food and calories that you did at one time. Therefore, you need to be taking a supplement to support your body. And then the last tip, the 7th tip, is get some sleep. When you sleep, you make great hormones. If you're someone that's staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning, and even if you're getting up at 10 o'clock the next day, from the hours 9 and 12, a lot of times there's very important hormones your body's making. If you're awake, your body's not going to make them. Like growth hormone, leptin, ghrelin. Leptin and ghrelin are important because leptin makes our brain tells us we're full. So we want to have a lot of leptin in our body. Ghrelin stimulates appetite. So we want to have less ghrelin in our body, right? But when you're not sleeping, that actually can flip-flop. The next day, your body's going to have low leptin, which means you're going to be hungry. Your brain's going to be hungry even though you're eating. And you're going to have high ghrelin, which means you're going to keep stimulating your appetite. Get some sleep. Try to get to bed by 10, no later than 12, but try to get to bed, 10, 10:30, 11, and go to sleep so your body's making those hormones. Because if you're not sleeping, research shows you will start putting on fat, even though you're eating right, even though you're exercising. So guys, those are my 7 tips I really want you to try to incorporate into your daily routines. By incorporating these things, it's going to improve your health. You're going to have more energy. You're going to have less joint pain, and you're just overall going to be a happier you. Okay, guys, talk to you later.